Hey everybody, welcome to episode number 111 of What's That Pepper series. Today I have a very special variety to show you. And the reason I said it's so special is because so many people that are very special have been involved in the creation of these pods. So a little bit of a backstory. In 2015, I created this variety. I used the MOA Scotch Bonnet and the Brazilian Ghost Red. Most of the Brazilian Ghost you have probably seen are chocolate. I was able to somehow get a red version from a chocolate pod. So it looks so beautiful and nice and just an amazing variety that I kept growing it for years, keeping only the best looking pods to grow into the future generations. And I did the exact same thing for the MOA Scotch Bonnet. And then I crossed it, and the first generation I grew, somehow I grew multiple plants and I got the yellow and the red. And then I sent the seeds to Dave in West Virginia. Dave has a YouTube channel. He's very popular. So if you haven't not seen his channel, I will post links so you can go and check it out. He's a great person and also an amazing pepper grower. He does amazing stuff with the peppers as well. He doesn't upload as many videos about peppers anymore, but check out his channel. He's up to a lot of cool things. So I sent it to Dave, and Dave grew it, and then Donna, which is his wife, gave the variety the name of KhangStar. So there's the KhangStar Red and the KhangStar Yellow. He sent me back these beautiful pods, and those were the seeds that I grew. And then I sent the seeds to Peter. I sent the red one, and then Peter grew the red one, and then it came out yellow also, and then he kept growing the yellow, and that is how he got these. So these pods were sent from Peter Stanley. He has an amazing channel on peppers and hydroponic and all that stuff. Very popular guy. I think most of you guys already know him. But if you don't know Peter, I will also post links to his channel. He does pepper reviews. He makes stuff out of peppers. He has a pepper website with all these information about probably every variety. So check Peter out. I'll send the links. So these came from Peter. KhangStar Yellow. So these are actually the shapes and the characteristics that I always look for. But in the previous season, my plant threw out different phenols. They look similar, but they have bumps all over the place. They look really crazy. But everything else is the same. The color, it has like a slightly reddish, darker tone at the top, and then yellowish orange at the bottom. But the most unique thing about this variety is the long stem. They call it the fuse. It's like the longest fuse of any pepper that I've ever seen. It's just crazy. And then when it's hanging from the plant like this, it looks even crazier. And then, I mean, they're so productive that you see like a whole bunch of them hanging like this. So this is why this variety is so amazing. Not only for the looks, but also great flavor and heat and all that stuff. So it's almost like a complete package of close to the upper level heat range, and still enjoyable. So anyway, enough about the backstory and the information about that. So here are the pods. Let's go ahead and cut this open because I don't have a plant. These were sent to me from Peter. But Peter has a video review that he's already done on this, that he showed the plants. So I will link you to the video so you can check it out. And also Peter does amazing review. I mean, he really does the pepper justice because he can eat a lot more than I can. So definitely check out that video of the review. So let's go cut this open and take a look inside. Okay, here is a closer look at the pods. Most of them look pretty consistent with these MOA shapes. There are a few that look a little bit off, but that's usually how they are. Uh, you're not gonna find a pepper plant that would produce, uniformly on the entire plant. So anyway, a little bit information about the MOA Scotch bonnet. Most people say MOA, so the people that have grown peppers for the very first time or not too experienced. MOA stands for Ministry of Agriculture. This is basically a brand of Scotch bonnet, technically a brand. So there is a grading system that they use. The pod has to be a certain size. Also, it has to have 4 lobes. These here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So these here are basically very compatible to their grading system because of the size, the shape, the color, the firmness, and just the looks and everything. So very close to what they would consider a perfect MOA shape. So that is probably because of the parent plant, the MOA Scotch bonnet. That's what I used to breed these guys. So look at all these beautiful pods. Man, they are just amazing. And the size of these things and the fuse and the stem is just ridiculously long. So this is, as I mentioned, is very unique. So anyway, we'll go ahead and cut a few open, or just one. The one is all you need. This one here is a good size, good color, good shapes. Everything is perfect about this one. So let's cut this open. And I know that this variety is very hot, so I wore some gloves. Okay, here is the inside. It has a pretty large placenta, holds a ton of seeds, and the wall, I would say the wall is average medium wall, very big pepper. And if you are one of those people that love spicy stuff, you can actually, cut the seeds and the placenta out, stuff it, and then do some cooking with it. It'll be an amazing hot meal for you guys. Wow, I can smell it from here. So let's give it a smell. Okay, very, very typical of a Scotch bonnet smell. But a little bit different is that it has the fume, the fire fume. So a little bit spicier than you would get when you smell a regular Scotch bonnet. And I do get a little bit of that tropical citrus note to it. And then the heat fume, you know that this is going to be a hot one. Okay, so let's go ahead and cut a small piece because that's all I can handle. My stomach has been killing me after eating all these pods lately. So if you want to see a real review of this pod, make sure to check Peter's channel out. Okay, let's try this out. Okay, here we are, the KhangStar Yellow. So I have my piece ready there. Give it a little bit more of a smell to this. Really, really nice aroma to this. There's no floralness, which is amazing because when I breed my peppers, I try to get one that doesn't have the floral smell, because those things are somehow, when I smell it, it kind of like make me choke. Like the Ghost variety, I love the Ghost peppers in dry powder, but when eating them raw, I don't really like it that much. It doesn't taste good to me, and it smells terrible because of the floralness. But of course, that's my opinion. Wow, very, very nice aroma to this. So you can tell that's going to be a really hot one. Here we are. Up front, no heat. There's some sweetness. Very clean flavor. And then the heat is starting to build. getting a little hotter. Wow, very good flavor. Clean, fresh flavor. And the thick wall gives it a really nice meaty texture. And then the heat is kind of slow, and then it's picking up. It's getting hotter. Wow, starting to sweat. So definitely not a super hot, but it does have super hot characteristics, like the sting of the burn, the smell of it, the aroma. It smells very much like a super hot, like a 7-pot, or the Brazilian goes red of mine. So where I chewed it, my tongue and the roof of my mouth, it has that burn, and it's that really hot burn that kind of like make your tongue a little bit numb. And the heat collecting mostly right here in the throat. A little bit tongue burn, but mostly in the throat area. So for that small piece, I can handle it just fine. But if eating the entire thing, with how big the pepper is and the liquid flowing, you're definitely gonna get like entire mouth and throat burn for sure. I watched Peter's review, and he mentioned it is pretty warm, but not in the super hot level, above the Scotch bonnet for sure. So I would probably rank this slightly above a regular Scotch bonnet, with great flavor and amazing producer. The plant just produced a ton. The pods are, as you can see, they're just amazing. They're beautiful. The crazy thing, I can't get over how long this stem is, and when it's fresh, it looks like a twig attached to this. Oh, and one more thing. I think Peter mentioned that he's going to give seeds out for many of the pods that he's reviewing at the end of the season. And I think this is included. So make sure to go to Peter's channel, subscribe, so that you can get updates to get these seeds from him. He's giving them out. I may do also a giveaway from these seeds here that Peter sent. So I'll make sure to thank Peter in advance and ask him if I can send these back out to people. I'm sure he'll be saying it's okay, but it's always good to ask Peter first and give him credit for all the stuff that he grew. So that is it, guys. I hope the video is not too long. I just wanted to provide you with as much information about this beautiful variety as possible. There are many people already grown these. I'm not sure which pheno they get, but these are actually the pheno that I always keep for. And I will link you to my previous videos, the earlier generations, so you can also watch those and see how they evolve. They kind of like they look like this, change to something else, and then kind of revert back to this, because they're still pretty unstable. But anyway, I think next year they're gonna look like this if I grow the seeds out. So I will do another review next year for these pods. Anyway, that is all. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.